to do. That's totally going to be the beginning of it now. Do whatever you want to do.
Do whatever you want to do. Welcome to episode 3. Nice little segue into the podcast then. Welcome to episode 3.
That fucking picture. The face.
Yeah, the face on the last podcast.
You look like you've just come.
I do look like I just come at the last podcast.
How do you know what your cum face looks like?
I'm just assuming that my cum face looks like that. So you don't know what we're referring to. We're talking about the last podcast, episode 2. Literally, if you pause it straight after you play it, you'll see my cum face.
And I look like a serial killer.
You look like a serial killer, yeah. Welcome, everyone, to episode 3 of the Royalcast Podcast with myself, Dragonheart, the Prince of Wales, and...
Me. I'm just simply known as me now.
Panda, Princess of Wales. Bow down, bow down.
You say one thing to somebody when if they're a little bit sleepy, and then all of a sudden it's like, no, you gotta do it now.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Right, so to start off the podcast, we're going to obviously review the comments from the previous episode. We've also got some topics that we are going to go over. If you've got any topics you want us to go over in these podcasts, let us know and we will go through them in episode 4.
Giraffes.
Go about giraffes the next podcast. The last podcast was called The Great Music Discussion. Do you remember what we did?
We talked about music clearly.
Well, I got timestamps in this one.
I think we went through your items.
Actually, we have got something we can talk about with this. We can segue back, because I remember we did this podcast literally, I think it was like a week before Thingy died. Chester Bennington. He died about a week after this. Which is quite...
Well, no, he didn't die. He committed suicide.
Well, he committed suicide, but...
He took the...
Interesting, because we talked about Limp Bizkit and their new album. We talked about Nickelback and their new album.
Limp Bizkit?
Fuck's sake. Linkin Park. It's because we've been listening to Limp Bizkit quite recently. Linkin Park, sorry. And we talked about Lost Prophets. We talked about Rapping Chameleon's questions, because he had quick fire questions. We went through my iTunes list. It wasn't really a gaming topic sort
Doesn't
of thing.
matter?
No, it could be anything. We haven't got to talk about gaming.
Let's talk about sex.
Talk about sex. Well, we did in our stream the other day, didn't we? We talked about anal sex, and I think we got Rebel in trouble. He's like, you guys across the pond are crazy with your anal sex. Yep. My wife would never let me do that. Well, your wife is missing out.
Oh no.
Oh no. Okay, so we're gonna talk about the... Oh, did you touch my dick? We're gonna talk about the last podcast. So Mr. Flapple said, I'd rather stand up for what I believe in than not standing up at all, because standing up helps obesity. DH 2017. So apparently I said that in the last podcast. Panda has dolls. On a scale from 1 to burn the house down, how creepy are they? And then you replied to his comments saying,
They're not creepy at all, because I know.
Yeah, that's
You're
basically
just
what
a
he
wimp.
said.
You just don't understand it.
Don't understand it.
Yep.
And then he said, that's exactly what the owner would say.
Yeah.
Mr. Carmichael said, found your podcast, Panda. I do link them on my Discord, so it shouldn't be too hard to find. And then you said, I am the Panda. And then Susu did a hashtag DH as a dirty slut. I think I did that.
You are a dirty slut.
I did that in the podcast, didn't I? Bear in mind, this podcast was like a month ago. Rebel said, hashtag Dragon Balls. We have almost the same taste in music. That's quite nice to know. Barak Michael Shmuel, he commented.
I bet you were really like horribly mispronouncing his last name.
Shmuel.
And it's secretly something like Samuel,
Barak.
how you pronounce it.
Barak, if you're watching the podcast, how do you pronounce your surname? Is it Shmuel, like I'm pronouncing it? I hope it is. If it's not, change your name. I want to say Shmuel. He said, Loof, woof, and her. Look at him. Woof. Mr. Flapple said, hashtag Dragon Balls. I should save up all my comments for the end, as to not send a comment every 5 minutes. You can do whatever the fuck you want, Flapples, man. If you want to do...
Second bastard.
You did comment like 4 times in this video. You then did a timestamp 41:45. Send the videos to me. I'll upload them for you.
Why do I have a funny feeling that during that time we were talking about porn or something?
Have a look. What's it 41:45?
Get a porn
You haven't got a
hub.
thing on.
Oh.
Would you ever upload anything to it?
Even if it wasn't you, if you had
We're on about Pornhub.
Say if your friends wanted to make porn, but
Your face! Your face!
they didn't want to upload it, would you upload it for them?
No, because I don't want to sit there and watch my friends have sex.
It'd be really weird, wouldn't it?
Always
You think she's got a friend called Danielle who's a sex best.
That's what you were thinking of, wasn't it?
Oh, I want to guess. I guessed that as well.
Yeah, I just remember it now. You don't put your friend Danielle in his sexual activities, wouldn't we? Okay, that was that. And then Anua commented as well, and he said, "I'm a dipper too, DH, but I like the occasional soaky too."
When you didn't know in context though.
Yeah, what do you if some random person who just typed in like Dragonheart or like the film and somehow my channel popped up and then podcast, I want to listen to a new podcast and clicked onto it, looked at the comment section.
DB silly.
It would be soaky, yeah. Just looking at it, you'd think it's kind of weird. You've got Loof Woof, soaky, and DH is a dirty slut in the comment section.
You're a dirty slut.
I know. But yeah, it's kind of strange. But anyway, that recaps the last podcast. I quite enjoyed the last one. I think it was better than the first one. That's because we know what we fucking doing now. The first time we didn't, plus all my settings were all the shit as well. Do you agree with that notion, darling? Yes? Cool. We do have some topics that we are going to discuss in today's podcast. It's going to be more of a gaming thing again, because I think we didn't have a clue what to do, basically. We're going to talk about sponsorship. We'll get into that in a moment. We're going to talk about Assassin's...
It can be yours for only £3.49.
Don't spoil it, Panda. Gotta build up to it. Assassin's Creed Origins. And we're going to talk about Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor. Shadow of Mordor? Fuck, I didn't know. Shadow of War. Jesus Christ. I gotta stop saying Shadow of Mordor. Knowing me, I'll stream that game, I'll end up putting the wrong title in it. You watch, I will. I'll put the wrong title there. Everyone will be like, Dragonheart, you put the wrong title. Was I back streaming when I did the last podcast? I feel like I was. Oh, what was the date? No, I wasn't. That was July 16th. And I think it's August I came back. I'm back streaming, in case you didn't know. Bit late to say. Oh, thanks, Panda. Call me a noob. On writing. Dick. You dick. I'd love it if that was inverted and it would say boon. Accidentally have the camera flipped. Boon? What the fuck is she on about? Boon. What's a boon? What is a boon? Okay, so, would you like to start, Panda? Anything you wish to say before? And? Boobles. Apart from boobles.
Boobies.
Boobies. Oh, I said boobles.
Not boobles.
In my language, it's boobles. Dragon tongue. Boobles.
That tongue is very talented.
Oh, the comment section is going to abuse that comment so much. Your tongue is very talented. Let's talk about YouTube sponsorship to begin with. So, do you want to go into it, or do you want me to go into it? Or
Well, a couple of months ago, DH got really jealous by the fact that a lot of people had sponsorship and were making a lot more money off of YouTube than him. So then this Irish dude called Jackasaurus, he's like a little small cock guy from the Republic of Ireland. So last week he got sponsorship. And then this one over here got even more jealous. He's like, how the frick did he manage to get sponsorship? I know what he's been on YouTube. And then he sort of texted me Saturday when I was up with his family. Not him, me, you know. I was up with his family. I went, we got sponsorship. And then he had like a bit of an orgasm and came really hard into his hand on the phone when I was talking to him. And you realise that they're going to be thinking this is all true.
I like how your condensed shortened version ends up with me coming.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the beginning, I've been doing
God created man.
I've been doing YouTube since March 2013, and I started streaming in 2015. That was when my internet would I upgraded long before then, in the summer I think it was. Although my internet's been shite for most of that period. I've been streaming near enough every day, every other day. It wasn't all the time. I wasn't like one of these freaks.
It felt like all the time.
It felt like all the time, but my streams tend to be quite short, like 2.5 hours average, I'd say. I've only had a few that have gone sort of just like 4 hours or so, or more. But I was sort of doing it on a regular basis up until July this year.
Yeah.
I then had to stop doing it for a while. Actually, no, it was May this year, not July, I lie. It was up until May this year, because my internet basically took a turn for the worse, and I couldn't do anything. I tried a few test streams with Panda, and I was getting lots and lots of drop frames. I was getting issues where I couldn't do 720. I could even do 480. If you can't even do 480, there's no point in streaming. So I had to take a back seat. But during the time from when I started streaming up until that point, I became quite friendly with lots of streamers on YouTube Gaming. We've mentioned Jack, but I've known Jack before YouTube Gaming. But I've come across lots of people like Scion of Doom, like Snapchat Cat, Chris Plays Games, just to name a few. Keen Decker, Narcos, there are loads of them that we've got to know through the streams, through the sort of YouTube gaming community. And it's nice just to hang out and watch people play games and do funny things on stream. Like in my case, fart on camera, actually into the microphone. What's this? Hashtag no makeup day. Hashtag Panda's amazing. You little shit. You little shit. And so that basically clarifies it. So a lot of these streamers that we mentioned had sponsorship long before I did. Mostly American and Canadian streamers. It's biased, okay? It's biased. But it's true. Mostly American and Canadian streamers that had, say, a good, a decent audience to watch them, a good 30 regulars, I'd say. On a daily basis, they streamed as well. They were given access to the YouTube Gaming sponsorship open beta, and then not even a month ago.
Christmas, I give you my heart,
but the very next day I gave it away.
This here to save me from tears.
I gave it to someone special.
The cat's having it this year.
What's he having? That's having it so dirty. The cat's having it this year. Yeah.
The pussy's having it this year.
We need to buy. Do you buy Christmas presents?
No, don't be fucking stupid.
I like how we segued completely off topic into giving it to cats and buying them presents. What was I talking? Oh yeah, Came in. I came in to the gaming, and now I'm shaming.
I was gonna say something completely different then.
Anywho, stop talking about my cum. Stop talking about my cum, darling. People are listening right now. Don't you realise they don't actually watch this? They get muted in the background or have it like in a different tab, so they don't actually see our manners. They just hear me come about cum. Cum. Anyway, enough of the year, right?
And then they're gonna come back thinking, did DH just come?
Probably. Okay, so how many months ago was it that Jack had his? Not even months, sorry, weeks. Talking like
Last
2.
week.
It was like last week, wasn't it? So Jack got his sponsorship button last week, which was great for him. He definitely deserves it. He's been doing it for a long time. I think he started streaming on YouTube Gaming the same time as me, because him and Rex all went across together. Back in the early days, we used to there was no perma mods, so you had to manually give each other modship at the start of your stream, which was quite annoying. But he's been doing it about the same time as me on YouTube Gaming itself. I think he used to be on Twitch, and I did a little bit of Twitch as well. Anyway, so he had his sponsorship button last week. I applied for it back in the summer.
You applied for it back in summer, last summer.
No, the actual sponsorship thing on Reddit was this year.
Was it?
But
you and Jack did it at the same time, didn't you?
I think I applied for the sponsorship in May, and then I stopped streaming because of my internet, so it's kind of stupid, really. But you have to go through this Reddit post where they had an application form. You should put on there like a YouTube channel name, the country you're based in. You have to put just some basic information about yourself, basically. Link to your channel, link on there and everything. Your Twitter, I think you put your social media you use on there as well, and if you have a Discord. And then they say they'll get back in touch with you, and then
they never get back in touch with you.
They never get back in touch with you. And I'm sitting there thinking, when am I going to get my sponsorship button? And then everyone else is like, oh, I got a sponsorship, yes! And then other people are like, yes, I got one. I'm looking at these channels thinking, you fucking dicks. You haven't got the amount of subscribers I've got. You've only been doing YouTube 3 months. What the fuck is going
That's how you go through life.
That's how you go through life. You just react to other people getting things that you don't get.
That you want.
And that you want. So anyway, I've after moaning to you for how long? Too long, probably.
In the 8 years we've been together, he's moaned for all 8 of them about YouTube, even though he hasn't been doing YouTube for that long. Work that one out.
Work that one out. That makes sense, does it? No, not to me either. Basically, to cut a long story short, because the story's gone way too long and segued into other stupid things about like my cum and everything. I got a sponsorship button. I had a email on Saturday morning. Early hours of the morning would be 12:15. I think I had the email.
I think it was 12:15, but we went to bed really early on Saturday.
We went Friday. Right, went to bed early on Friday. Early hours of the morning of Saturday, but 12:15, I had an email from Chris Plays Games, who CPG, big up to old CPG. He actually works for YouTube. No, Google he works for, isn't it? It's Google he works for, I think.
I can't remember. I thought it was YouTube he worked.
He either works for YouTube itself or Google, but he doesn't work in the gaming part of it. He doesn't work for
He's
YouTube
like
gaming.
the link in between the
he's
gamers and actual YouTube.
And then there's Barbara, who's a streamer as well.
Streisand.
Barbara Streisand. Not Barbara Streisand. Barbara Mack, I think her name is.
I don't know. I don't pay that much attention to people.
I don't pay attention to them either. Anyway, she's a streamer on the YouTubes as well.
On the YouTube?
And she's got like a verification tick and sponsorship and all that shit you could ever hope for. But she actually is an employee for YouTube Gaming. And she put a tweet on Twitter the other day saying about, if you haven't signed up for the sponsorship form yet, do your sponsorship now. We got a surprise coming for you, sort of thing. Oh, okay. Well, I went onto the link and they said on there, you've already applied for this, because I did it months ago. I was like, okay, cool. So we just ignored that completely. I gotta say thank you to HS as well, because he also brought my attention to it, even though I'd already done the form. He did message me on Facebook saying that you need to check this out if you haven't already, which I did. So we went to bed. You went out with my family on Saturday.
Well,
my sister, my niece, my nephew, and my mother. You were at McDonald's, I believe.
I had a McDonald's without you, and it was amazing because I didn't pay either.
And what did I say to you before you went to have this McDonald's? Bring something back for me. And what didn't you do?
It was like 20 miles away. That was an over an exaggeration, but it was a fair distance away.
Could have brought food for me, couldn't she?
It was in Newport.
I don't give a fuck where it was. I want my fries and my McFlurry and my cock. My cock. I want my cock.
We could always go and get a McDonald's.
Yeah, we could, couldn't we?
And what I mean by that is I'm not driving to McDonald's.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Anyway.
Come on, your car hasn't been out for 4 days.
That's true.
I know what you're complaining about.
Okay, so you were out there. I was downstairs watching Liverpool get absolutely demolished by Man City on Sky Sports with my father and my brother-in-law. After I was done sobbing my heart out, we lost 5-0. I came upstairs, put my computer on for the first time today. Just casually going through my emails. And
Today?
I'm telling Saturday. On Saturday. This is Saturday, okay?
And this is Monday right now.
And this is Monday right now, yeah!
Week off!
Yeah, we got a week off, it's awesome.
I got 2 weeks off.
Bitch. So... I'll show you that later. Not on camera. Not on camera though. We don't want any mishaps like last time.
Oh my god.
So after Liverpool lost, I came upstairs onto my computer, put my computer on, went through my emails, and there was an email from Chris Plays Games. It's not personal to me. It was obviously he sent the same thing to everyone that he was giving it to. That sounds dirty in my head for some reason. I don't know why that sounds really dirty. He gave it to everyone that he was giving it to. It was the email to say, welcome to YouTube Gaming Sponsorship. You have been chosen for the open beta program. To access this, you go into YouTube channel and features and select enable for the sponsorship. You then have to wait 10-15 minutes for it to load up and it'll show on your account then. And it did. And then a few sort of hours or so later, Jackasaurus became a sponsor, my first sponsor. And then HouseOfTheJuilii I did.
Took his virginity again, Jack.
Took his virginity again.
It's not something I'm happy about.
No.
Again.
And then since then I've had 2 more sponsors as well. So I've got 4 sponsors so far on YouTube Gaming, which is absolutely amazing. So thank you so much to everyone that has become a sponsor so far. For those of you that wonder what a sponsorship is, it's basically a little green button that's got like a money sign by it.
Dollar sign.
Dollar. Shane McMahon's money. No, that's not it.
It
is. Money. No, it's the wrong. It's the wrong one. Anyway, so you get a custom sort of emblem logo by your name in streams. In my case, it's a red dragon. Although I might change it. I might change it to something else because I don't think the red dragon looks that good. You basically pay, what was it, £3.49 in our currency. It might vary for other currencies.
£3.49 in our currency.
In pounds, if it's pounds.
You said £3 though.
It is £3.
Yeah, so why do you say in our currency after?
It's £3.49 in pounds.
Oh, for fuck's sake! 349 pennies.
Actually, I think in dollars it's like $3.99. It's monthly.
Dollar.
It's monthly. It's totally optional. You haven't got to do it. No one's forcing you to do it. But if you want to
It's got
support,
my arm behind my back trying to force me to do it right now.
do it now. If you want to, it's up to you. It's optional. It's a way to support a streamer. Many streamers I've mentioned in the stream already, in this video already, fuck's sake, have sponsors and do it. So it's totally up to you. They are going to be releasing custom emojis soon and other features as well to the sponsorship beta program. But yeah, you'll see that on this podcast thingy, I've now got it on, but the sponsorship now available on YouTube Gaming, and that's basically all we've got to say about it, isn't it? Sponsorship. I am shit. Right. So, moving on. Anything else you want to mention about sponsorship before we crack on with anything else? I think that was pretty much the most of the topic. Just the fact that I've got a sponsorship button on my channel now. Took us 20 minutes to get there, but
yeah, I was going to say it.
Got there in the end.
That's why I started a bit more, because I wanted to see how long it took you to actually get that.
Well,
get the story out.
I got it out in the end, though. That's the most important thing. So we got some topics here. We got only two more. Assassin's Creed Origins.
I don't really know that much about Origins. To be honest with you, all I know is that it's an AC.
It's an Assassin's Creed game set
in... I mean an Acon.
It's an Assassin's Creed game set in ancient Egypt. You play some... I don't even know what his guy... Balek? Something like that his name is. Balek, I think it is. I'm probably wrong.
Valhalla.
It looks alright. It looks kind of cool.
Assassin's Creed always looks graphically
it looks great. Trailers are always amazing, and then you come to the gameplay and you're thinking, fuck's sake, they've still got this in the game.
As long as it's not like...
I think, do you know what I think will happen? And this is me being very...
They've had 2 years they've had an extra year to do this one, so they need to get it right.
They got to bring up their A game because it's been 2 years. But I think what will happen is, because it's been 2 years, any kind of cracks and stuff that are shown in the game, people won't be as critical.
Forgiving.
No, I don't think people are going to be as critical of it.
I would.
It should be, because 2 years, but I think people have waited, because they've waited the extra year for an Assassin's Creed game, they'll sort of be like, oh, it's nice and shiny, and they won't pay much attention to...
Look at the shiny.
Look at the shiny. And they
Get
just...
over yourself.
Yeah, basically. They won't. I don't think people are going to be as critical of it as they should be, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
I think people are going to be more critical.
They should be more critical.
No, I think they will be.
Do you?
Yeah.
I hope so.
Because people will be, look at this shiny, and then stop playing the game and go, oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, for fuck's sake, you didn't fix this. Why is my assassin glitching through the wall again? Again. Yeah. There's so many glitches in Syndicate. Remember that one we come across? And I was raging over your house.
I got a video on my phone of you absolutely...
I don't get to say this often, especially on YouTube, but Assassin's Creed, I'm a pretty good gamer when it comes to Assassin's Creed. I'm quite the completionist. No, I am. Black Flag, I had 97% completion.
Yeah, Black Flag wasn't good though.
Assassin's Creed 2, I think I got 92, 93, something like that. I tend to do the main story first, I come back and do a lot of the side stuff afterwards, and I just try to do as much as I can on it until I get bored.
I really want to play Assassin's Creed now.
You do. You gotta wait a month.
I meant one of the older games.
Oh, the older games. Yeah. The Ezio collection is really good. I like the Ezio collection a lot.
I know, I've been here the entire time.
I've been here the entire time. Hello, I'm still here.
You spat on your mic, man.
I didn't spit on you like you spat on me yesterday. You totally spat on me. It was really minging.
It got you away from me though, didn't it?
In minging. Hashtag minging.
I didn't spit on you. I just laughed.
Yeah, like spraying me like a Blastoise.
No, that's something else.
That's my hydro pump. It's my special move. I need a couple of those water cards to use it though. There's going to be some Pokemon people in the chat that totally get that joke. There's going to be a couple of Digimon people who I'm going to fucking clear on about. Did you watch Digimon? I watched a little bit of it, but I never got into it as much as I did with Pokemon.
It's an anime.
Yeah, I know, but...
Exactly. You asked me if I watched it.
Yeah, I shouldn't have even bothered asking that question then. Silly me. So yeah, Assassin's Creed Origins. I'm going to be playing it on my channel. It's out on 28th of October. 28th of October. So
it's October.
Yeah, it's always in October. 20th of October. I'll be streaming it on YouTube Gaming.
I thought you were getting it on the PlayStation.
I'm going to get it on PC.
Oh, I thought we agreed PlayStation.
PC.
Why PC? Everything else is on PlayStation.
It's easier
now.
to stream on PC.
But everything else is on PlayStation.
I mean, it's like on PC though.
But why PC?
Because I can
I'm
stream.
really going through it right now.
It's VR, damn it.
PlayStation.
PC.
PlayStation.
PC.
PlayStation.
PC.
PlayStation.
PC.
PlayStation.
Fucking help me.
PlayStation, otherwise you're not getting anything for Christmas this year.
What about the cat?
The cat's not having anything anyway.
Oh, you gotta buy the cat food for Christmas, surely.
I'll buy him his injections.
You buy him his injections, you fiend.
Here we go, I'll have him done for Christmas. I'm chopping off his balls for Christmas.
He got little tiny testicles, doesn't he?
He does have really tiny testicles.
Yeah, I pointed out to you the other day.
No, I pointed out to you. I was like, his testicles are here up in my face.
Little tiny little nuts. Little tiny nuts.
You can literally see him as he lifts his tail up to walk around. He's got like a little strut and he's like his balls hang. They don't hang though. They look like a butt. His butt is above it because they have like no fur on their bums.
No. What do you think of my
Anyway.
shirt? Didn't my top look feminine? Because my father thinks I look gay wearing this. It's got shiny bits on it. When you answer that? Fuckers. Okay, Assassin's Creed Origins, I think we've more or less covered stuff we want to talk about. Let's talk about Middle-earth Shadow of War.
The fact that you called it the right thing is amazing. Round of applause. He said
Thank you.
Shadow of War instead of Shadow of Mordor.
Thank you. I want to accept this award. I want to thank my mother for teaching me the right way to pronounce things in the English language.
Glasses.
Glasses.
'Cause that's
I'm
what you
wearing a pair of glasses right now.
Doesn't say glasses.
Glasses.
Glasses. There's an R in it somewhere with you.
Glasses. Okay, so
It's in the grass. With your ass.
grass in the air like I just don't care. Okay, Middle-earth Shadow of War. You looking forward to it? You are. You definitely are, aren't you?
No, I don't know.
Makes you feel randy, doesn't it? Killing orcs. Tasty.
So, honey, I'm so wet right now.
Monster decapitation. Or this one will place you. The law doesn't make no sense. Have a little rant. I know you want to. Have a rant about the law in the game. Get out of the way first.
There wasn't another ring made. It was. See if you remember. How many for the elves?
3,
Men.
4,
Try again.
12,
Try again.
10.
Try again.
Higher or lower?
Lower.
8,
Try again.
7,
Higher.
9.
Yeah.
Fuck's it, got it in the end.
How many for the dwarf lords?
That's definitely, I don't know, 3?
No.
4?
No.
5?
No.
6?
No.
Higher, lower?
Higher.
10?
No. Lower.
8?
Lower.
7?
Yeah.
Fuck's sake. Go on.
There's 9 for mortal man doomed to death.
Yeah.
7 for the dwarf lords who live under their mountain. I remember the quote. 3 for the elven lords.
Mm-hmm.
Do you even know who wear the 3 elven rings? Be very surprised if you know.
No, I don't know.
One isn't even an elf. That should help.
Doesn't help me at all. Oh, Aragorn. I fucking failed, didn't I? Gandalf.
Yeah.
Gandalf. Okay.
And basically, yeah. And then apparently in Shadow of War, Celebrimbor was like, hey, I think it's a good idea if I forge another ring of power. Even though I'm not technically supposed to even be on this plane anymore, I should have sailed into the west. And then he's like, I will possess this dead person because apparently they're not allowed to move on. They have to come back and do my fucking bidding. So then he's like, oh, I gotta go and forge another ring of power now just to beat the original ring of power that wasn't forged by me, forged by the Dark Lord. But he's not the original Dark Lord at all, because the original Dark Lord was his fucking master, who he went fuck you to and fucked him over. If anyone followed that, I congratulate you on knowing who the original Dark Lord was. Okay.
Okay, that was interesting. Are you excited for the game? So you don't like the law, it doesn't make sense to you, but
No, I do like the law. I just don't like the law, what they've done to it.
you think they could have done it better? The first game. You're on about the first game, Shadow of Mordor now, aren't you?
I don't remember both of them.
Yeah, obviously it's the same franchise of both, but yeah, okay. Interesting.
He's a race.
Well, he's got to get around some way. Look, the first game, Shadow of Mordor, I wasn't that much of a big fan of it. You definitely were compared to me, which doesn't surprise anyone because you're much more of a Middle-earth kind of person.
So yeah.
You're,
Where am I?
you're a nerd. Okay. I found the combat to be very repetitive,
Combatty.
very repetitive. But I've seen about an hour's worth of gameplay from Shadow of War. I won't spoil it too much, but it didn't show any story anyway, so it didn't spoil the story. But they were showing like a fortress and how to take a fortress, and they had this sort of system where you can now, where you used like the wraith thing before to drain them for energy, you can now do that and get them to fight for you, so join your army. So now you've got your own army you build. So whereas last time you were trying to take them out of the army of Mordor, you know, recruiting them from the army of Mordor. So they flipped that, which I thought was quite cool. I'm looking forward to playing it from that perspective. I don't think that'll get boring soon. If that makes sense.
Yeah, like I think I would enjoy it more if I hadn't read the books, know the backstory and the actual lore.
You think you enjoy it more if you're me, basically?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the games are more aimed at the people that have gone, hey, these films are good, I'll watch these films about the Lord of the Rings films, and then watched The Hobbit and went, these are pretty good too. And not so much as somebody from me or somebody like Kahuli or Jack who have read the books.
Yeah.
Although I think Jack will still enjoy it.
I think Jack will definitely enjoy it. He's a big Lord of the Rings nerd like you are.
He had it tattooed on his fucking arm, of course he is.
Yeah, he's got what's he got tattooed on his arm?
One of the towers, but I can't remember which tower it is.
Yeah. He's got like a big massive sleeve, hasn't he? There. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I wouldn't have a tattoo, I'm too hairy.
In my head, I thought Ankh-Morpork, but Ankh-Morpork is Terry Pratchett.
Terry Pratchett. He's a good author. He was a good author. He was a good author until he died. Now he's just a dead person. I don't know why he did that then. Just had to emphasise the fact that he's no longer with the living.
It's a good thing he's kept, isn't it?
Who, me?
Yeah, because you haven't got much else going for you.
I haven't done it. Not today, anyway.
No, my little baby.
Do you think with Shadow of War that we'll get any cameos again from any characters that we've seen in any of the Middle-earth films, whether it be Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit? Because we've had Smeagol in the first game. Do you think we'll get any more? It's been interesting how they do the story. I don't really know what direction they're going to go in.
I can't remember when. I know that these two games are based between The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, and I think the 60 years supposed to be separating the two of them. Because Aragorn is a child during Rivendell when the dwarves come through.
Yeah.
That's what the thing is supposed to be. But then I'm like, Smeagol is captured by Thranduil and kept in the Woodland Realm to extract some information from him. But I can't remember how long he's there. Because the only reason why Legolas is in Rivendell during the Fellowship is because his father sent him to go and get Smeagol.
Yeah.
That's it. That's why he's there. So depending on how long Smeagol's kept captive, kind of depends on where he is in the story.
I suppose it makes sense.
That's one character I'm like, I'd sort of like to see a cameo between the Elven Princes. That would be quite cool.
What about any dwarf characters?
I didn't even know the Elven Princes.
Who are the Elven Princes?
Elrohir and Elladan.
Alright.
They're Elrond's twin son.
You know this game, I'm going to be sounding really stupid now.
Go on.
This is set before all the films, isn't it? Or is it set between the films?
I just said it was set between the films.
Oh, fuck's sake. Totally that sounds stupid. Sorry.
It's set like right in the middle.
Okay,
so it's like
so
30 years after Hobbit.
So
30 years between.
Battle of the Five Armies is done.
It's been gone 30 years. Dane
Gone.
Ironfoot is sitting on the throne of Erebor.
So
Thorin Stonehelm is the heir
Okay,
to
so
Erebor.
my next question was going to be, so do you think we see characters like Dane Ironfoot then?
Dane Ironfoot doesn't leave Erebor.
He just stays
In
there.
the law.
So in the law, he just stays there.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to be pissed off if he does show up now then.
Yeah. I mean,
Right.
Thorin Stonehelm would probably... If you're a king, you would want your heir to travel to get a feel for the thing.
Yeah.
Because Dane wasn't just king of Erebor, he was king of the Iron Hills. And
Yeah.
then you had Thorin's Hold as well over in the west, where Keely and Keely grew up, where the Erebor exiles went to.
I just thought of something now as well.
Do tell.
Angelina Lilly's character,
Tariel.
Tariel. You think she would make an appearance
She shouldn't have even been in the films to begin with.
Shouldn't have been in the films to begin with, but now she is, right? She's in two of the films.
No.
You don't think she will?
No.
In the games at all?
No.
They could kill her off in the games.
They should have killed her off in the Battle of Five Armies, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I did find it strange.
She should have died protecting him, and then he should have gone on a rampage, because not only was his brother dead, but his love was dead as well. And Legolas should have been like badass trying to protect us, and he then went off to go and find the Dunedain Rangers, which is Aragorn and Elrohir and Elladan. And then that would have been very nicely like themed into the Fellowship, but no. They decided to do it the way they did. See, they should have had me on board for the films. Made them better.
No, they should have.
Mm.
What do you think of Game of Thrones ending?
Yes.
I just thought I'd sneak in a Game of Thrones discussion quickly then as well at the end.
Okay.
We'll talk about Game of Thrones next time. I think we've pretty much covered everything as well.
We need to start thinking about food as well.
Yeah, I think as my belly started rumbling halfway through, I was like, I need to hurry up and
Did
get
you
it.
really?
Yeah. This podcast needs to finish, Sean. Can you eat? So I want to say thank you to everyone that has watched, listened, liked, whatever. Hashtag noob, hashtag boobies, hashtag no makeup day, hashtag Panda is amazing.
That's a reference to my face, by the way, because I have hence no makeup day.
No makeup day. Woo! I never wear makeup anyway.
Hence why I look like shit. And my hair's just like.
Thank you for that. Right. Leave your responses, questions, and stuff in the comment section. If you have any questions you want to discuss or any topics you want to discuss, then let us know in the comments section. We will do them in the next.
Don't be afraid.
podcast.
We won't bite you.
Won't bite you much.
Hard.
All my links are in the description below. I mentioned it sort of. Oh god, I can't do this. They're there. Patreon, Twitter, YouTube Gaming, Discord, Facebook, and they're all down there. Not on my dick, but actually in the description below.
You could also, if you really want to, you could also have a look at the thing.
You could also look at that one. You can look at that one, but there if you want to as well. We now have sponsorship.
It's completely and absolutely optional.
Totally
as well.
optional.
If you want to, then it's fab. If you don't, then it doesn't matter.
We'll ban you.
We won't ban you.
Only joking. I think that ends the podcast here. So she's been
A peanut.
I've been Dragonheart, the Prince of Wales. Till next time.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.